You want strength, but you chase comfort. You want power, but you avoid pain. You want greatness, but you're addicted to instant gratification. And that's why you're weak. That's why you're stuck. That's why you'll always serve those who understand the truth. Power isn't given, it's taken. It's forged in the fires of struggle, built on the foundation of sacrifice, and earned through the relentless pursuit of something greater. If you're ready to stop lying to yourself, to stop chasing pleasure, and start embracing pain, then this is for you. Welcome to the price of power. You speak of power. You whisper about greatness like it's some distant fantasy waiting to be handed to you. But when the storm comes, you hide. When the weight gets heavy, you fold. You want the crown, but you refuse the crucifixion. You want glory, but you reject the grind. Comfort has become your god, and you worship it daily. Soft pillows, easy choices, instant rewards. You've been raised in a system that taught you pleasure is the goal, that pain is a problem, and that success should come without scars. But here's the truth they won't tell you. You don't grow in comfort, you rot. Power is not handed, it's hunted. It's earned in the fire, in the silence, in the nights when everything screams at you to quit. And you keep going. Discipline, sacrifice, relentless effort. That's the currency of greatness. Not motivation, not luck, not alignment of the stars. Just pain, repeated, chosen, embraced. The ones who rise are not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who walked through hell and came out carrying their demons like trophies. They trained while others slept. They suffered while others escaped. They bled for every inch they gained. So don't tell me you want power while you chase comfort. Don't tell me you want to lead while you fear struggle. Until you learn to suffer with purpose, to stay when it's hard, to build while it breaks you, you will remain small, weak, forgotten. Power is not found in your dreams. It's found in your discipline. And comfort is the enemy that wears a smile while it buries your potential. Kill it before it kills everything you could have become. Instant gratification, it's not a reward. It's a prison, a silent chain wrapped around your neck, tightening every time you choose ease over effort. You think you're making choices, but you're not. You're being controlled by urges, by impulses, by invisible hands that pull your strings without resistance. You crave the high, the hit, the momentary rush, and in doing so, you trade your future for fleeting comfort. You become a slave to now, a servant to weakness. The weak don't even see the trap. They chase pleasure like its purpose. They seek validation, entertainment, distraction, anything to avoid the emptiness that comes when the dopamine fades. They feed the beast inside them, but never learn to tame it. But the strong walk a different path. They delay what they want. They postpone pleasure, not because they don't feel desire, but because they control it, because they know power is built in restraint, in choosing what's necessary over what's easy, in enduring hunger instead of feeding addiction, in staying cold, tired, focused, while the world indulges in softness. Every act of discipline is rebellion against the system that wants you numb. Every second you resist is a step closer to mastery, not just over your life, but over yourself. And that is the highest power a human can possess. So understand this. Every time you indulge, you feed the weakness inside you. Every time you delay, you forge strength. You sharpen will. You build the throne you're meant to sit on. Break the chain. Silence the urge. Starve the slave within you so the king can rise. Because the war isn't out there. It's inside. And only the disciplined survive. A lion does not feast the moment hunger touches its bones. It doesn't panic. It doesn't chase blindly. It waits. It stalks. It watches, calculating every breath, every move, because it understands that the kill is not for the desperate. It's for the disciplined. The weak confuse desire with entitlement. They want success simply because they feel like they deserve it. They think wishing is enough. That craving something somehow makes it theirs. But the truth is brutal. This world does not care what you want. It only yields to what you earn. Victory is not a gift. It is a conquest, and it belongs to the ruthless. Every great empire that ever existed knew this law. Time is a weapon, a silent blade. The impatient die swinging early. The patient wait for the perfect strike. And when they hit with force that cannot be stopped. Power doesn't go to those who rush. It goes to those who endure, those who wait in the shadows, sharpening themselves, those who suffer in silence while others celebrate too early, those who starve the need for instant glory and build something eternal. If you truly want to rise, if you want to dominate, then you must stop chasing and start calculating. Stop begging and start building. Stop rushing and learn to wait. Because the most dangerous man in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who's silent, still, unmoved, patient. He knows his time is coming, and when it does, he won't ask. He will take what's his, because the greatest rewards don't go to the ones who want it fastest. They go to the ones who were willing to wait the longest and strike the hardest. The world you live in is not built to make you stronger. It's built to make you soft, to keep you weak, to distract, to seduce, to numb you with pleasures that feel like rewards, but are actually chains. You're being trained to crave without earning, to consume without building, to scroll instead of strive. You can't focus for more than a minute. You chase validation before the work is even done. You seek applause before there's anything worth clapping for. And that is exactly why you remain beneath. That is why you serve while others rise. Because while you chase the next dopamine hit, the strong are embracing the silence, the stillness, the suffering. Understand this. The weak are ruled by their impulses. The strong are ruled by their vision. The ones who rise don't chase what feels good. They chase what builds them. They delay gratification, not because they like pain, but because they understand power. They know that the man who can suffer longer wins. Because this world, it doesn't belong to the distracted. It doesn't belong to the impulsive. It doesn't belong to the ones who need everything now. It belongs to the cold, the calm, the calculated. It belongs to those who can endure the storm without flinching, who can walk through the fire without asking when it ends, who can wait while others crumble because they know that when the dust settles, the throne is left for the last man standing. So if you want to rise, you must kill the part of you that seeks comfort. You must outlast your urges. You must master the art of waiting. Because kings are not crowned in comfort. They are forged in endurance. Struggle isn't the enemy. It's the gate, the trial, the only path carved into the mountain of greatness. And yet the weak, oh, the weak, they run. They flinch at discomfort. They retreat the moment things get hard. They've been conditioned to believe that pain is a signal to stop, instead of a sign they're getting closer to something real. But the strong, they know better. They welcome the pain like an old friend. Because every ache, every scar, every sleepless night is another stone in the empire they're building. Struggle doesn't scare them. It awakens them. They know that comfort creates cowards, but suffering breeds kings. Pain is not the punishment, it's the price. It's the fire that burns away weakness, the crucible that separates those who wish from those who will. You want power? Then understand this. Every powerful being you admire walked through hell before they ever touched a throne. They bled, they broke, and they kept going because the pain didn't stop them. It sculpted them. If you avoid the struggle, you avoid the strength. If you fear the pain, you forfeit the crown. This world doesn't reward comfort. It rewards conquest. And conquest always demands suffering. So stop running from the pain. Let it sharpen you. Let it tear you apart and build you again, stronger, smarter, unbreakable. Because in the end, it's not talent that defines the powerful. It's how much pain they were willing to endure to get there. Pain is the currency. Power is the reward. Pay the price. The weak, they chase pleasure like its purpose. They trade away their future for cheap highs and empty rewards. They scroll, they binge, they indulge. Anything to escape the weight of responsibility. Anything to feel good now, even if it costs them everything later. They don't realize they're selling their soul for moments, giving away their kingdom for crumbs, living like beggars in a world that could be theirs, if only they could wait. But the strong resist. They don't move for pleasure, they move for purpose. They know that every moment of self-control is a step toward power. That pain is part of the price, and patience is part of the process. They don't chase dopamine, they chase domination. The impatient man begs for scraps. The patient man takes the table. Understand this. Pleasure is not the prize, it's the poison. It is the reward given to slaves to keep them silent. A trick, a trap, a leash disguised as luxury. And the more you indulge, the tighter it pulls. You think you're free, but you're shackled. You think you're living, but you're stalling. If you want to rise, truly rise, then pleasure must become your enemy. Discipline must become your religion. Sacrifice must become your language. Because the crown doesn't go to the one who feels the best. It goes to the one who endures the longest. The world belongs to the patient, to the cold, to the calculating, to those who can starve the urge until it breaks and bow to nothing but the mission. So reject the craving, delay the reward, because in the end, it's not the strongest or the smartest who win. It's the one who can wait the longest and still keep walking. That is where power lives. The human mind was not built for greatness. It was built for survival. It doesn't care about your potential. It doesn't care about legacy, discipline, or empire. It only cares about one thing: now, pleasure now, safety now, escape now. It wants comfort, not conquest. It wants ease, not evolution. That's why most people fail, because their mind whispers and they obey. A little rest, a little pleasure, a little break, and before they know it, their entire life becomes a graveyard of excuses. The masses are ruled by their impulses. They chase what feels good instead of what builds them. They obey every craving like a slave obeys his master, blindly, without resistance. They live and die in mediocrity because they never learn to fight the enemy that lives inside their own head. But the strong, they see beyond the moment. They see the future version of themselves, and they bleed for him. They sacrifice for him. They suffer for him. They go to war with their own instincts because they know the brain is not a guide. It's a test, and if you don't master it, it will master you. Your brain will tempt you. It will distract you. It will weaken you. It will sabotage your mission in the name of comfort. But if you can rise above it, if you can hear the voice that says quit and keep going anyway, then you become something rare, something dangerous, something unstoppable. Because the strong are not ruled by their minds. They rule them. They don't chase what's easy. They command what's necessary. And in that war between mind and mission, they choose mission every damn time. Master your mind or be enslaved by it. That's the choice. And only one of those paths leads to power. They believe their future self will magically wake up one day with perfect discipline, unstoppable willpower, and a life they've done nothing to earn. They fantasize about greatness, but betray it with every excuse, every indulgence, every wasted moment. But the strong, they see clearly. They understand that every indulgence today is a blade in the back of the man they are supposed to become. Every time you give in to weakness, you steal from your future. You don't just delay greatness, you destroy it. The strongest men do not fear sacrifice. They crave it because they know the truth. Sacrifice is not pain. It's investment. It's the down payment on destiny. Every early morning, every silent grind. Every time you say no to comfort, to distraction, to temptation, you are casting votes for the man you're trying to become. And every moment of discipline is another brick in the throne you're building. The world won't hand you power, but it will offer you the opportunity to earn it. Through pain, through patience, through purpose. And the weak, they will mock your sacrifice. They will laugh at your discipline. They will call your hunger obsession. Until one day, they're forced to kneel before the man you became. So remember this: the strongest don't see struggle as suffering. They see it as currency. They know that greatness is not about what you want. It's about what you're willing to pay. If you want to rise, you must stop seeing sacrifice as loss and start seeing it for what it is: an investment in the future king, an oath, a weapon, a promise to become the man no one sees coming. If you could stand face to face with the person you were meant to become, what would he see when he looked into your eyes? Would he nod with respect or stare back in silent disappointment? Would he see a man who fought for his future or one who sold it for comfort? You see, most live as if time owes them, as if discipline will magically appear, as if greatness is a door they'll stumble through by accident. But the truth is brutal. Every decision you make either builds him or betrays him. The weak live for today. They feed their cravings. They seek distractions. They chase cheap highs and call it happiness. But the strong live for the man in the mirror 10 years from now. They suffer today so he can stand tall tomorrow. They sacrifice, bleed, and grind, not because it feels good, but because they owe it to the version of themselves that could have everything, every skipped workout, every wasted hour, every excuse you cling to. It's another scar on the legacy that could have been. And he's watching, he's waiting, he's wondering if you'll ever become the man he needed you to be. The strong carry that weight. They fight every battle with one question burning in their mind. Will the future me respect what I did today? So ask yourself, when it's all said and done, will the man you were supposed to become look back with pride or pity? Will he see a warrior who fought for every inch, or a coward who gave it all away for nothing? If you want to rise, then rise in a way your future self would salute. Become the man he can thank. Become the man he can follow, because you're not just building a life, you're building a legacy, and your future self is depending on you to get it right. There is no escape from hardship. You can run from it. You can hide. You can drown yourself in distractions, in comfort, in lies that tell you you're fine. But no matter what you do, hardship will find you. It always does. You will either suffer voluntarily in pursuit of something greater. You will endure the struggle, the sacrifice, the grind, all for the life you've chosen to build. You will embrace the pain, knowing that every ounce of it is a step toward power. Or you will suffer involuntarily, under the weight of your own weakness, under the crushing reality that you've chosen ease over effort, comfort over conquest, that you were too scared, too lazy, too weak to endure when it mattered most. The choice is yours. You can rise or you can fall. You can make the struggle your ally, or you can make it your enemy. But there is no escaping it. You will either pay the price today, or you will pay it tomorrow, and at a far higher cost. You can embrace the pain, the fight, the long road, and rise into greatness. Or you can shrink from it, cling to comfort, and remain shackled by your own weakness. The world will keep moving. It will demand its price, and one way or another, it will take what it's owed. But know this, there is no escape. The only question is, will you suffer on your terms? Will you suffer with purpose? Or will you suffer because you refuse to choose? Because suffering is coming. The question is, will you rise through it or be crushed beneath it? If this resonated with you, if you're ready to stop chasing comfort and start embracing pain, then hit that subscribe button. This is just the beginning. The journey to power is long, but it's worth it. And I'll be here every step of the way to guide you. So subscribe now and let's rise together.